So at this point, do I keep lying or do I tell the truth? I'm gonna try just one more. She asked me how I paid for the gift card. I said, I don't know, I think I paid with a debit card or something. I'm not sure. And she goes, well, we have you on camera where you got a gift card and you opened the register and closed it. So, did you pay with a debit card? And I said, how do you have that? What do you mean? And she said, well, we have cameras on every register and we reviewed the tape when we counted your register and it was short money. We went back on the tape and we saw that you had opened the register and closed it. How about this? We're just going to have you sign this confession and we'll go ahead and let you go. Or if you want to keep going through the motion, we'll just have him take you to jail. Now, mind you, again, I'm 17. I've never been in trouble like this. I've never been like this kind of trouble. Did she say take me to jail? Okay, fuck it. I'll sign the confession. Fuck it, I don't care. So she goes, well, so as I'm signing the confession, she like had me write down like what I did. And then as I'm signing it, she goes, this means that, you're terminated. So give me a badge, give me a da-da-da. Okay, cool. No problem. And then she hits me with a fucking zinger. I confess. I write it in the confession. I give him my badge. I'm not arguing. I'm not trying to fight about this. I just want to go. And she goes, since you're under 18, I'm going to need you to call your parents so they can come get you. Are y'all serious? Why would I need to call my parents? And she goes, you're under 18 and we're going to prosecute. So your parents need to be able to know what's going on. Fuck me. So I think I can beat the system. And I thought, I'm not calling my parents. I'm just not doing it. I said, let me call my sister and hopefully she's not with them. But if she is, then hopefully she shuts up. Of course I call the sister who is always snitching. So I call and I say, hey, I call and then the officer actually got on the phone. And he was like, hey, this is Officer whoever from Stacy's job. He got in some trouble today and we just want to let you know that he's coming home right now. I got on the phone and I said, hey, I'm coming home. Don't worry about it. Right? Oh, because I told them, like, my mom is at work or something like that. My dad is at work. I don't know. I told them something where I was like, I'm going to call my sister. And then, so I get on the phone with her. I'm like, hey, don't worry about it. I'm coming home. So after that, I walked home because I didn't have a car at the time. So I'm walking home. And as I'm walking down the street, I'm walking, let's say, this way. My dad is coming this way. And he sees me and whips the U-turn so hard that I felt it in my spirit. I was like, fuck, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna say? I need to think of a lie today. When you start praying, you're like, come on, God, give me a lie. I need one. Give me an idea now, not tomorrow. I was listening at that moment because when my dad whipped around that U-turn and picked me up, I couldn't think of anything. So he was like, so I got in the car. He was like, what'd you do? What happened? Why are you leaving work early? Why are the police calling? Why'd you call your little sister? What happened? And I said, they be tripping at that job. They tripping at it. He was not in the mood to play games. He was not amused by my shenanigans or none of the shit I was doing. So he asked me again, and I was like, fuck, I gotta just go ahead and tell what I did. Car, this job is maybe like 5 minutes away from like where I lived. So by the time that he was like, tell me right now I'm not fucking around with you, we had made it home. So I get home, and he's like, what happened? And I was like, you know what? They caught me stealing. I had stole a couple things. Or I said I had stole something. And my mom is in the background, like in the back room, and she goes, I knew it. When he was bringing home all that bullshit. I knew he wasn't paying for all that bullshit. At 17, I think I was a little bit too old to be getting whoopings or anything like that. But she had definitely like gassed them up. So I'm like, fuck, okay. How can I smooth this over to, make it a win? Okay, that's enough. That's enough. He wants all my attention. So, after she does that, he's like, my dad looks at me like dead in the face and goes, I just don't know you anymore. At that point, I felt horrible. Like, I didn't know what to say. I didn't know, like, okay, what can I do to make this, like, not as bad? But, once he hit me with that, it's pretty much up for me. I was really like, I think sometimes the best thing that your parents can do is, like, express disappointment. Because if he would have been mad, then it would have been like, oh, okay, I expect you. But that really, like, shook me to the core. So that was, like, kind of, that was one of those defining moments. And afterwards, I think I was grounded, because this happened, like, right at the beginning of summer. And I was grounded that whole fucking summer. I remember that for sure. And then, so I was grounded that whole summer. And the store, like, they was, like, dead ass serious. They, like, went ahead and prosecuted. So what happened with that was, like, maybe, like, 9 months later, like, this was, like, super behind me. I was like, my life is different. In fact, I think it was the next year. It was, like, March. The store had, like, went ahead and prosecuted. And, like, I got, like, a letter in the mail saying, like, they taking you to court because you stole this $50, da-da-da-da. So, so I had to, like, give me one of those, like, bootleg little $50, $75 lawyers. And the lawyer ended up working out. So, like, I went to court. My dad was with me. The lawyer was with me. And I went to court. And the lawyer was like, I'm going to work out something. You don't even come inside. I'm going to work it out real quick. You just wait outside. So she went in. She came back out. And she said, hey, we worked out that if you don't get in trouble for 6 months and pay like a $200 court fine, then this won't go on your record. Nobody ever know that it happened. So, yeah, I was like, hell yes, I'm going to be great. Obviously, I hadn't gotten in trouble in that 9 months. And what's another 6 months? Like, I'm not even a trouble person. Like, even to this day, I've never been, like, in, like, real trouble. Like, other than that one time. So, yeah, like, I've never been arrested or anything like that. So I was like, yeah, I'll take the deal. Cool. I pretty much agreed to that deal. That was pretty much the end of that ordeal. I don't think I went back to that store for maybe, like, 2 or 3 years. And so when I finally end up going, like, back for something really quickly, like, nobody worked there that I knew. So, it was not as horrible. But yeah, that's my story of the time that I got caught stealing from my job. Don't steal. At the time, that $200 court fee, that $75 lawyer fee at the time, because I think at that time I maybe had just turned 18. It was so much money to me. Like, I was super broke, and my parents were so pissed. I had to, like, buy my own, like, yearbook and stuff, because, like, at this point, I think you had to, like, order the yearbook at the beginning of the year if you wanted it, like, cheaper. So, like, I had to order all my own stuff. And mind you, this is senior year now that I was going into. I had to, like, pay for all my own shit. It was a hot mess. So, I was super broke because I was paying for all this stupid shit from stealing just $50. So, the gist of the story is don't steal. You're gonna get caught. There's cameras everywhere. If you like this story, please go ahead and subscribe and like the video. And then any comments are definitely, welcome. I'd like to know what you think. Have you ever been caught stealing? Have you ever been fired from a job? Because I know some of y'all got some stories like this. This one, no, I wasn't the only one who maybe thought about this plan. So y'all don't act like I'm the only person who'd ever done something. You're like, yeah.